Welcome to the DorkLair collecting live stream. Not a podcast this week. I don't think I'm going to have time to edit this and publish it as the podcast. I've been doing a lot of stuff on the channel lately and trying to trim things here and there. I also don't have a big slideshow today. We'll pull up web pages and so on. But welcome everybody. And what's going on, guys?
Man, it's been an eventful week. I missed a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what happened with the messenger. I completely missed out on that. So you guys were spared my warbling accent. But good week collecting wise. I had a couple of pickups, not a ton of stuff. This new Origins jazz, that's in the Buzzboard, the Bumblebee line. Mm-hmm. On Hasbro Pulse, they have it not scheduled to come out for a couple of months, but I was in Target the other day and just happened to see it, so I went and grabbed it. It's another cool little addition. Also had the Guardian. It's basically a blue and white repaint of Omega Supreme that showed up. But the biggest thing that I'm excited about, and I'll keep this brief for the week, is something that portends for future things, like getting back to Marvel movies that don't suck and Star Wars that's fun, that's not named Mandalorian. Victoria Alonso is gone from Marvel. Rian Johnson's trilogy is dead. I love Knives Out. Keep him away from a galaxy far, far away. And Patty Jenkins, the woman who brought us the not so wonderful Wonder Woman 84, her project is scrapped. So Disney obviously having some issues. They're cutting like $3 billion from production budgeting, and I think that's going to cut a lot of chaff away. I think this is going to be great entertainment wise, but more specific to what we do, it's going to make for some cool toys, because if we get some cool movies, we're going to get some cool toys. Marvel Phase 4 left a lot of people limp. I meant it the way it sounded. Ant-Man looked beautiful, but it just wasn't a great movie. And if they're trying to tell us that Kang is going to be Thanos, they're out of their minds. So I'm hoping that some shakeup in the creative is gonna lead to something great down the line story wise, and I'm hoping this brings us more cool toys, and that's what excites me. What were you gonna say, Bill? I'm sorry.
I'm completely out of Marvel lately. Like, I don't remember the
You're
last.
You're not the only one.
Like, I haven't seen the new Black Panther. I haven't seen. I think the last movie I saw was the most recent Thor.
Love and Thunder,
yeah. That might be the last one I saw, and there's a bunch that I still haven't seen. So,
well, you guys know how much I love Marvel and how much I love the MCU, and WandaVision started great, it fizzled out. Loki, it became what all the Disney Plus Marvel shows became. It became the title character being a guest star in their own show, passing the mantle to a female lesser version. It's like they skipped 60 years. And again, if this is not coming from a misogynistic place, it's coming from tell me good stories place. And I'm not the only one who feels this. Look at the receipts and the returns and the downloads. But it's like they skipped 60 years of awesome stories to go into Marvel now, which was the Marvel imperative that launched maybe 6 or 7 years ago and led to some of the worst selling comics in the history of Marvel Comics. They spent way too much money on Fox and to get X-Men and Fantastic Four, and then we get the X-Men and Fantastic Four, and the first thing they do is they kill Professor Xavier, and they give us the guy that we always wanted to see cast as Reed Richards, and they utterly make him nothing. So and like you, Bill, the only thing that I saw in the theater, I saw Black Widow, and it was not exciting. I watched Eternals, I watched Shang-Chi, I watched Love and Thunder, and I watched Black Panther, all on Disney Plus. And I can tell you, I'm glad I didn't spend money on them. And same thing with Quantumania. I watched a pirated download. I'm not proud of that. And yes, it's stealing, but I am not paying $20 to watch this garbage. It's just not good stuff. It's bad.
Don't hold back, Larry. Don't hold back.
This is what you missed out on last week. Anyway,
shout out to
the
Geek Out Show over here. J-Roo with the $5 super chat. Nice shirt, Bill. Finally had a minute to dig into All-Stars 5+. So good. And I agree. That wave is awesome. That's going to be in my recent pickups. But Chris, you go ahead first and share some of yours.
Yeah, Well, just a comment. I mean, I generally been enjoying most Marvel stuff.
I'm jealous. I really am. I truly, sincerely am jealous. I wish I could enjoy it.
But like, I mean, I'd say it's on par with a lot of stuff where I'm like, I'm having a good time while I'm watching this, and then I'm not gonna like, I'm not gonna buy a Blu-ray of it or anything. I saw it.
Right.
Like, Wakanda Forever, I thought was okay. I really liked the Multiverse of Madness. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan, so I really liked that movie.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, but anyway, what else? Other things going on? Oh, I guess the big thing I got this week was the in art Joker. I got the 2-pack.
Wow.
Yeah, so and it's big in terms of two things because the box is enormous. It's like 2 feet tall, maybe like 18 inches wide. I'm like, this is entirely too big.
That's crazy.
But it's yeah. I've taken it out. I haven't like posed it or anything, but I've taken a look at it. Yeah, I got the 2-pack, but I'm probably going to sell the jailhouse look or whatever.
Right. Is it as impressive as it sounds?
Yeah, like it's like, so they pre-did like all the hair on the head, which was nice as far as being able
styling it.
Yeah, like it's it's rooted, but it's like hard, like it feels like it has hair gel in it or something like that. So they went down and grouped the strands together or whatever. It comes in this little like cylinder to keep it extra protected, I guess, in shipment and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, the clothing and stuff is all like the stitching super tiny, everything like that. Like it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess it's worth it to me in the sense of, if I sell that other half of the figure, hopefully it brings down the cost of the total thing. But
yeah,
it's totally worth it compared to what you get or what people have been getting on the custom market, which is just, I'm not going to spend $500 on just, the head and a pair of shoes or something like that.
We're going to get to Kevin Dufresne in 1 second, but Trevor wants to know, how did you like putting the head on?
It's fun. I've not put the head on the body. It took me like a little while to pull it off the case because I'm like, this feels really hard on there. And eventually did that, but I haven't actually put it on the body to get it all displayed. But yeah, it is. It's a bit intricate. Everything's magnets. Like even the hand joints are magnets.
Oh, cool.
Which has its pluses and minuses. I've seen because the weapons are die cast, and people are like, yeah, it eventually will pull off the magnet. I guess not pull the magnet off the magnet.
Not hold a pose.
Yeah, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty cool looking.
Wow, $20 super chat from Kevin Dufresne just to help out the show. Love the trio here. Never break up. Y'all are very well balanced together. Squeaky chairs and all. Love you guys. Keep it up. And speaking of,
I replaced that squeaky chair. It's a non-squeaky chair.
Bring it back, he's saying. Kevin wants it back. Speaking of super chats and what super chats are for in the DorkLair, that is giveaways. We have Dubon right here that we are going to give away a little later in the show. So we're going to do a Dubon today.
Hey, someone asked up in the chat what that thing was on my wall. The only thing I can see back there is a dresser. It's a Winnie the Pooh in an Atlanta Braves hat. So nothing.
There you go.
The hat kind of settled over the head.
Yeah. Let's check in on some more of these comments. Let's see here. Some people are saying Black Panther was great, and that is one that it's like high on my list. I just haven't carved out the time between all the different TV shows going on.
The movie itself wasn't awesome, but what they did to Namor is unforgivable.
Oh, there we go. So there's Gil with the Geek Out show. Let's see.
Hey, someone mentioned a bunch of that vintage collection stuff. Have you guys gotten that latest round in, or is I got an announcement from Amazon. I think I have 2 of the guys from Jabba's Palace and the Biker Scout arriving tomorrow.
Let's see. Steve says he got the Scout Trooper with Speeder. I canceled that. Necro Derelict, Triceratons. Those were probably the like Holothon Day stuff, right?
Yeah, Triceratons and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I got. I think the most recent vintage. I think I got a Luke recently, like Mandalorian Luke, maybe.
Yeah, that one came.
I think that was my most recent one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
came
I'm
a
not
few
even
weeks
sure.
ago.
At some point, I guess kind of stopped pre-ordering things because I'm like, you just, for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm not even sure if I've gotten anything coming. I know I didn't get the speeder bike. Maybe at some point, but yeah.
So a few other people in the chat. We've got Jeff, we've got Alberto, Laura, Kevin Boots, Mark Markham, Cloud Foxwell. Let's see who else we got. Steve Williams, Hedgehog. I want to record with you soon. I'm all caught up on the toy tubers, and my next one that I want to do is Hedgehog. We want to do like a like the new guy episode, right? Like because Hedgehog's only been doing it for maybe less than a year now, and but yeah, let me know what might work for you if you have something available this weekend, Hedgehog. And yesterday, the most recent one published with Sir Dork, who is just a phenomenal photographer, and like he's got a really strong, very interesting YouTube channel as well.
Got a Canadian super chat.
T7 Nowhere giveaway fuel. Got my All Stars 5 Plus last week, and it is my favorite All Stars wave. I think I agree. I think the fact that they added new figures to it just takes it above and beyond. And it's like a combination where it's like, here's a wave where you get old figures that were like $300 figures, and now you can just buy them for $37 to $50. And then also it's kind of like those old waves, like Covenant of Shadows, Coliseum, those smaller themed waves that were like follow-up waves, kind of like what this Outpost Zaxxius is for Cosmic, like similar to that. Like this has a mini version of one of those waves in there. So yeah, I mean, we had the $20 from Kevin, we've got the $22 from T7.
Wow,
big super chats, guys! Thank you so much. And again, those are funding the giveaways.
Several folks in there are commenting on being priced out of the vintage collection. Yeah, once I get, there's a handful more releases that I'm waiting just to finish my vintage or my original trilogy, the characters that I want from the OT. And once those fill in, I'm done as well. $20 for a 3.75 inch figure is just that's way too much.
Yeah, they're like $18, and it's ridiculous. Like
yeah.
I was ordering when they were 15. I would get even still kind of like get one and an extra.
Yeah.
But now that there's always like sales, and now that the prices are $18, like yeah, and there's just so many other things that are like that are dominating my collection that it's getting squeezed out a bit more. Like I'm gonna maybe get like one or two a wave, but most likely I'll like end up canceling and then just waiting.
Yeah, I'm kind of to the point, if it's not off of the 93 backer from 85, I'm just, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I definitely got a little overzealous for a little while, thinking like of my display space and stuff. Like I remember I ordered like 8 Jawas and like 8 Tusken Raiders, and I'm like, I really don't need all these guys.
Stormtroopers.
I know. Yeah. At least I packed a bunch in. I did get a bunch because I got the transport, and I filled that up, so that was kind of cool to do. But that's kind of why I held off. I'm like, I'm just gonna do things that like look like they hang out on Mandalorian stuff with either Tatooine stuff or Navarro and stuff like that. That look basically.
So we got Daniel Fernandez with another $5 super chat. Thanks for introducing me to Mythic Legions. Love your kit bashes. Love you, big dog. My wallet, though, not as fond of you.
Hey, that's how I feel. They got me into Mezco 112. That's a rabbit hole.
I'm gonna go for that comment, and we got another one coming up too. But for that comment, I'm gonna put myself big. Let me think here. Is it this? Yeah, here we go. So this one I just did. Somebody had asked to do Ilgar with flesh. Yeah. So I took Xenothon's arms and legs, and I don't love the skirt that comes on. on Ilgar, so I grabbed a barbarian skirt, and so that's my latest kit bash right there. It's Xenothon and Ilgar. I think that works pretty well.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get that order in. The Xenothon looks really cool. I got one of them, so I might get more in the future. But
he's rad.
Yeah.
He's bright, like it's
Yeah,
obviously Stratos, but I mean, I love that figure, and it comes with so much. And then Dave Orkin with the $5 super chat. You got to give a comment, man.
Yeah. The chat aspect of the super.
We'll leave the name up for a bit at least.
Yeah. Thanks, Dave.
I'm kind of the same with Trevor, kind of sticking to the mostly to the Mando stuff with TVC at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
that's pretty much it. I can't I know I'm never going to recreate the original trilogy or something like that. Because I'll probably what I'll wind up doing, I think, is I'll keep my 1/12 stuff to do like some scene things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember those galactic space walls, Death Star walls that were released? So I got some of those that were I had a nice display up for that, where we used to live. So I'll probably redo that with some Death Star stuff. But
that's crazy because I just saw someone post about the blockade runner walls, like the Tantive blockade runners, from 3 years ago or something, when they actually were licensed, and that never shipped. That just never happened. People paid and just.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I remember reading about it because I think the guys running that were brothers or something, and then one of them made a post. He's like, "Well, I guess something about blood thicker than water because his brothers left him high and dry, and he's the only one he was trying." But this is 2 years ago, or maybe something like that.
Man,
yeah.
Edgardo, thank you for the $5 super chat. Just got my Fury. Big Bad Toy Store Croc. Love it. My All-Stars and extras came in. Let's see. They're just too sweet. Nice kit bash, Bill. Thank you for info on bags. Got them in. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think I sent them some links there for those clear bags. And then, Chris, did you have anything else you wanted to add to recent pickups or?
I can't think of it. I mean, I'm sure the NR Joker just takes the cake anyway. So
yeah. And then I'll go to this again because I want to show.
Yeah.
So I did get this in. So this is 5K Toys was kind enough to send me another one. They sent me the first Dino Battlefield Dino Warrior, and this is the leader that they just sent me. I think they sent it out to a few people. Toy Bro had his review. I'm a little bit behind. I've had this for about a week now, but I was away last weekend, and then I was still working on finishing up a couple other things. But they added articulation to the head. You're not going to be able to see it here, but they did add some articulation to the head, and there's a whole bunch of other bits and pieces that are just different on it. And it's got a wired cape and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And I'll get a review of that up maybe tomorrow, I hope.
Yeah, the paintwork on that looks terrific. It's just so detailed and everything.
It is really nice. Yeah. And it's the figure moves well. They have nice feel to them, nice articulation. My big purchase was my Biblical All-In. Obviously, it's not a recent pickup, but the Biblical Adventures ended today, this afternoon. They doubled their goal. They ended at 160,000, but it's even more than that because they were taking orders separately from retailers, and they said the retailers just blew them out of the water, so they were able to unlock everything. Biblical All-In was 4 books, so it was 6 times, so 24 figures plus a couple extra, the blue Jesus, the gold Jesus, which is exclusive to the Biblical All-In. Let me go back to this screen. And so I'm all in. I won't be able to keep everything. I don't need 7 different Jesuses. I'll sell a few things to recoup when the time comes, but I wanted to get that gold Jesus, and I wanted to really support it. So I went Biblical All-In.
I definitely was able to support, although not at that level. I would have loved to, but as you guys know, we're under contract on a new house, earnest money and down payment, all that stuff. So I've had to pull back on all of my collecting, but I did get a few really cool pieces So I'm really looking forward to that dropping.
Yeah. And like the day it funded, he was working with the factory to like, green light, like starting in on like I forget what they're called. They're not the test shots, but like, the first pre-mold figures to work on the molds, to work on the, the cutting the steel molds and stuff like that. And yeah, as Mythic Dolphin said, the biblical one was 33 figures. Yeah. Oh, because you got like the 2 packs and things as well with it.
Yeah,
There was a lot of crazy things in that.
A lot of demons,
campaign.
a lot of other guys.
Yeah, and for people who missed out, like there's retailers. I know Big Bad Toy Store, of course, has it, as a lot of people already know, and so like they are straight up pay later. So if you can't, it's like anything else, you can just pre-order from Big Bad. Mallfish Collectibles has them. I think
Cool.
I think Nerdzoic. I don't know if he put them up yet, but I'm pretty sure he has them or is going to put them up. But look at J. Rue's buying a house too. April 26th.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Yeah,
congrats.
we're not closed until this fall. It'll be sometime in October, more than likely. We have a meeting with the builders next week. So it's funny because we were talking about space for collectibles and stuff like that. So Steph and I were walking through the model, and she brought the tape measure. She's like, okay, how many more shelves can we get in this room than the one you have currently? So even with this, she's totally enabling me.
Alberto, I totally missed the deadline for biblical. I wanted Force Ghost Jesus and the Fontaine. I think it's Michael, and that's like a top. That's like one of my top ones ever since Legions Con, when I saw that one in person. It's like the statue version of Archangel.
Oh yeah, that looked cool.
Michael, and yeah, that is cool. You'll be able to get them anyways. Hedgehog, Zezre, Tadala just arrived. Brick Something's fault, and my man Ryan gave me Anniversary Equidron and the Glow in the Dark Animal Warriors of the Kingdom weapons pack. Nice. I actually that's another thing, I haven't opened them yet because they came last weekend when I was skiing. But I got my order after I got my free figure. I went in and ordered 3 more. Those came in. I haven't opened them up yet, but sweet.
Yeah, I got weapons packs, and I guess everything I ordered was on the wave 2 or something. Because it's like I was like, oh cool, I got some figures, and it's just the weapons.
Just the weapons. That sucks.
Yeah.
Did you get the big gorilla looking guy for the wave 2?
Yeah, he looked
Nice.
really cool.
Nice. Let's see here. All right. Okay, we're gonna get into some news here, and honestly, I wanted to try something different. Well, first of all, I didn't have a lot of time. Like I said, I've been super busy, and so I don't have a slideshow. And we're gonna just use the web page. I'll just pull up a tab visually, and I wanted to just focus in because I always feel like we're just rushing through so much news, and in order to not go for like 3 hours, which we all just can't do, I decided to just focus on one thing today. And to me, the biggest thing in my circles and sort of like my, my interest areas and stuff like that, it was the Zaxxius Cosmic Legions wave. So we're going to get into that, and let's just look at Kevin again. Where are we here? Show funds, and because the Cabal community is so awesome. Also, I miss the squeaky chair now that it's no more.
Well, brother, you're the only one.
You got like a sound effect you can push every time you move.
I know. Like, I wish I had if I had a like a soundboard, I would totally do that. Okay, let me pull up this. All right, so what, 3 weeks ago? Yeah, it was about 3 weeks because it was 2 per week. And actually, the last time we streamed, we had seen the Red Jet guy, like the pilot guy. I think that was the only one at that point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or maybe it was the pilot and it was I I forget her name, is not Zirian, but Kalian, this one.
I think it might have just been the pilot at the time.
Oh, okay.
I remember Trevor was like, yeah, you can do the math eventually and figure it out. Because at the time, I think we only seen the one.
Oh, right. And we only had one, so we had no pattern. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yep. So we have a 6-figure wave here that is going to go up for pre-order on the 31st. So they had a little week buffer here between the final figure, which was announced yesterday, and the final short story was today. And then between that and, a week from now when we'll have the pre-order start. That'll run for a month, I guess. I know Jeremy mentioned it on his live stream, but I'm not sure if he set a specific date. If anyone in the chat watched that and knows the specific date that we can update, just let us know. Like, he might have mentioned the date. I feel like it's 1 month, so that would put it at April 1st. It would probably end, but maybe somebody can update us. So it's a 6-figure wave. We have Altar, Kalian, Operative. This is one of two. So Man Faces, one of two of the tributes. That's going to be at PowerCon. And then the Sphexian Mine Worker, which is a deluxe figure. And then Scourge is Whiplash. Brilliant name, because a Scourge is essentially like a whip, right? And then the Pilot, which we saw last week. So let's go through these. Let's take a look at these figures. Oh, the Masterverse reveals. I don't have them lined up, but Larry, before we jump into the Cosmic, did you have anything highlights from that you wanted to mention? Or
yeah, as a matter of fact, hang on, let me pull. I had taken some.
My favorite's Buzz Off. Everybody knows that. Like that
was easy. So. That was easy math. Probably, let's see, where did it go?
They also showed a Whiplash. This is for Masterverse here.
Yep.
They showed Whiplash. They showed
Merman. See, what I'm doing with Masterverse is I'm collecting from the 82 and 83 and some 84. So the Buzz Off that you liked, I'm going to definitely get. They announced Faker, Grizzlor, Merman, Webstore, Ram Man, Clawful, Oversized Whiplash, Deluxe Slush Head, Horde Skeletor, New Adventure Skeletor, and Prince Adam. So, there were rumors a couple of months ago that this line was going to die. This sucker looks like it's alive and kicking to me.
Yeah, right.
So I've got some hard choices to make. I'm definitely going to get Merman and Ram Man and Faker. Deciding on some of the others. I may get that New Adventure Skeletor. Their New Adventures He-Man was not that good. I'm going to wait and see how the Skeletor looks. But they've done such a good job on some of these. Like, when I saw that Buzz Off, I was like, well, I know which one Bill's getting.
Yeah, and it's funny because as excited as I am, I'm trying to pull these up. Let me see. I know Unparalleled Universe shared them. Hold on a second here. So we're over here. So he has them up here. It's kind of weird. Like when I click on them, it doesn't really blow up. So, but as excited as I am for Buzz Off, I do kind of wish Buzz Off ended up having a broader chest, like Webstore and Clawful. They have like that over piece over the chest.
The armor piece.
It tapers up a little bit more, like out, like a classic like He-Man kind of thing. And Buzz Off's is just kind of that same like narrowness. I think.
Yeah, and it's really weird because Buzz Off originally was basically Clawful with a different torso armor and different head, and it looks like they've done the same arms and legs basically.
Yeah,
but
it's just
I
the
don't know
chest
why they
overlay
didn't do
is
that.
just shaped a little differently on them.
I wonder if they're trying to make it more similar. I'm sorry.
I just want to get to this super chat before I forget about it here. Omega Shoggoth, $10. Wow. Appreciate the constant high caliber content and the heads up on clear bags, saving me a ton of space. They do, like when you transfer figures from the boxes to the clear bags, it does make a big difference. And so let's get back over here. So I'm, this is another one where it's like, I pre-ordered a Buzz Off. I'm hoping, like usual, that eventually they'll be cheap. But I kind of wonder, like they always do, right? But I kind of wonder if things may change a little bit because these haven't gone up for pre-order at like Walmart and Target or anything. So I kind of wonder if that's not even going to happen, if they're just going to be straight up like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon. I think they're on Amazon.
Yeah.
I would have to imagine they still need Target and Walmart. I mean, there's like a lot of new molding here. I know like the base bodies are, shared a lot, but
yeah, there's not a lot of shared parts here. There's a lot of new stuff here. And Bill, what I was going to say about Buzz Off, it seems like what they've done with Masterverse is try to marry the 2000X with the classic, and the 2000X Buzz Off was much, much more slender and
that's true
insectoid. So I wonder if that's what they're trying to do. But I agree with you. I like that big
some of
look
those
better.
vibes, and that's a figure I remember. I need to still pick that one up. I know it's not expensive. I got to grab that.
Were you ever able to find the alternate head for your Classics Buzz Off? Because they did a head pack of the 2000X heads.
I never picked that up. No.
Okay. Might be something to keep an eye out for. I don't know what the cost is like on that.
Hedgehog mentioned this, and I gotta pick up my Too Bad. I ordered it at Target, and I forgot I have to go pick that up at some point. But it was Too Bad was $22, $23.
I'm waiting for that one to go on sale.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is right now. It's $22 right now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to grab that.
You could do like store pickup or whatever, or just have order it online. Yeah, and King Grayskull and Beastman were $16 each, and those are the big deluxe $32 figures.
Yeah, I got Beastman yesterday, so I was like, nice for that. And then there was also the G.I. Joe Redondo. I think it was like $11 or $12.
Recondo.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, all right, I'll take all the sales.
Yeah, the Hasbro's knocking it out of the park with that classified line.
Orcas, is that Stephanie? My old man spoiled me Legions figs again this week. Yeah, I think that's Stephanie, and then Steph and Dave. Okay. Let me go back over to Cosmic. All right. So let's see, what order are we going to go in here? So we did the Tusk Pilot last week, so let's just kind of briefly go over that again real quick. So we got the Tusk Pilot, which I think is just, that paint job is incredible, and this figure is going to rock. But we've already talked about that, so we won't really linger on it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
These designs are really, really cool. I like them a lot.
And of course, so each one of these figures was accompanied by scene photos, environment photos by Trevor that were just phenomenal photos. And this time they also had short stories written by Jeremy Gerard. So we're almost, to me, this almost feels like we're getting like a little taste of like what that book is going to be like in a couple years when they finish writing the Mythic Legions book, where it's like, you're going to have Nate Barch artwork, you're going to have Trevor photos, Jeremy writing, with Treadaway, with Eric, like they're going to be writing the stories, and it'll be narrative form. I'm really excited for just experiencing Legions in that way. Somebody mentioned earlier, like, man, if they ever did a Legions movie, but I'm almost like more excited for the book.
Yeah, it's like just one step at a time. Mm-hmm.
Right, totally.
The book. I'm looking forward to the game too. I assume there will be some story elements in there. To be honest, I'm like probably one of the least involved in the storyline. I'm like, I don't know who these guys are with. I'm just going to put this guy together with that guy. And
yeah, that's like essentially how I've been. Like, I dig into the lore with Legions, but I'm not super knowledgeable about the story. But I feel like at this point in Cosmic, I can be, like I can follow the story they're doing, narratives and
You're
stuff,
right in here.
It's all new. And then, and it's easy to jump in on something when there's not a lot of it out there. All right, so this one is the second figure they revealed, and this is Kalian Shun. who mixes mythic parts with cosmic parts. I know they've done it a little bit before, like with some arms and stuff, but this is like we're getting armor, right? That cape is insane.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that. Like the detail on that. One nice thing about not doing the slideshow is I can do this. I can't zoom in on a slideshow. So that's like a benefit of doing it this way. But this cape, I mean, man, the cloth goods in this wave are incredible. She's like a security guard with like a mysterious past and a connection to the ancient beings of Cosmerium. So she reuses is there a close up? Yeah, maybe. There it is. So she reuses the head sculpt from I can't remember her name. Thrace Wraithhaler from the Proxys wave. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I think a lot of people were put off by all the reuse in this wave, which is understandable. I think if people are not into repaints and stuff, this wave is probably not going to be that appealing to them. But it's not something new. This is not like Four Horsemen suddenly, all of a sudden they're doing repaints, which is what I hear people saying. I mean, they're putting out way more new sculpts than they ever have year by year in the past few years. So
yeah,
kind of repaint wave is not surprising to me right now.
Yeah, especially it's you're 2 waves into Cosmic, so I mean they're going to be reusing all these parts, and like you said, they can even fit in the mythic parts where it makes sense. So it's I mean that's essentially how the entire line has been built up to so far. I mean maybe if you weren't around, back when whatever those earlier waves like Colosseum or something, you were probably or Abdomen of Decay, they had 42 figures in that wave, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a whole lot of reads.
And that was the first time they ever made new parts, really. Maybe beside a head or here and there, like that was the first time they did a big wave with reused parts. And then the next one wasn't until a couple years later with Arethyr wave.
Yeah.
So like we're getting a bunch of new parts every year. Like just look at the Necronominus wave. Like that is all new stuff, right? Like It's crazy. This is an extension of essentially what has been like a big first wave of Cosmic. Those first 2 books were kind of like a split first wave because they had so many figures they didn't want to just drop them on everybody all at once. And then this is like that add-on, like you said, like a Colosseum or something like that. And we're going to get later this year the second big Cosmic Legions wave with a bunch of new stuff. That's going to be like mind blowing. And then people will complain too much, too fast, right? But Kaylee Shun, she's pretty cool. This is a rad looking figure. And again, it just goes to show like what you can do with repaints. And of course the CJ cloth goods, just incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, we just hit 100 viewers.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The cloth goods are good always. I mean, I'm sure he uses some things that are similar, but they the colors and everything like that really can change up the whole look of the figure too. So
yep. Okay, so then next up, I'm just going to go in this order that I have these links. So next up, this is one of the 2 tribute figures. We got Not Manny Faces, Operative 83. And let me get into these. I think this looks amazing. The paint work, it almost like this happens to me a lot, but every once in a while a figure drops and I'm like, it almost feels like this was the figure they designed the mold for. You know what I mean? Like this was the figure they designed this sculpt for. It almost feels that way. This is a new head. So it's almost like a blown up version of the 2.0 vampire head.
Yeah, I thought it was a reused head wrap before realizing like it's new. Yeah.
And I was thinking that the plugs on the side were new, but those actually did come with Xenothon.
Okay.
That's there. Yeah. And then the third head is like, robot head. And the stories are great. Like
of all of the tribute figures I was gonna say that just blows me away. It's like you said, it feels like this mold was made for, and of all the tributes they've done, I mean, all the way back to that first the first He-Man and Skeletor tributes. It feels like, I mean, this is definitely the best one. It almost feels like you said, like they had this in mind when they designed it. Like, I'm not as into the Legion stuff as you guys are. I pick and choose, but that's definitely one that I'll be grabbing. I'm blown away by that sculpt.
Oh, there's a close up of the of that head. There was something else I was going to add, and he is he's like a spy and like a master of disguises, obviously, and like he uses holographic tech. So these different looks are his different holographic like projections, which is a pretty neat story element.
Yeah.
And this head here is the what do you call it? It's the
All-Stars elf guy, right?
Yeah,
Or...
it's the Xylernian Guard. That's what it is.
That's
this
it.
head.
Yeah, that's a cool looking head. Like actually, I don't remember if I ordered one, but I'll have to get one at some point. But yeah, because that goes up and down, right? The face shield.
That swings up and down, and the Xylernian Guard comes with two of them, different paint jobs. One's a green elf, one's like a Caucasian elf, and then the two face masks are different sculpts. They're different types of visors.
Oh, that's
one of
really
them
cool.
has two eyes like Iron Man, and one of them has a slit like Mando. Okay, so we have Operative. I'm going to check in on the chat a little bit here. Okay. Oh, yeah, here's a good one. Mike Massey. Smash the like button. If you are here for the first time, welcome. If you like Legions, especially in the DorkLair, but other toy news as well, feel free to subscribe. Hit the like button. Thank you very much. Okay, so next up. Oh, wait, we already did the Tusk pilot. The Mine Worker next. Okay. I knew, or I had guessed that this was going to be the next one. There were two characters in, I think it was Operative's story. There was, or no, it was Scourge's story. And so in each story, the day after they revealed the figure, there would be a short story. And then there would be one side character in the story that would be the teaser for the next day's reveal. And so you could always like get maybe a hint of what was coming next. And there was two characters. There was the six-eyed guy, which would have been the alternate head for the Sentry. And then there was a random Sphexian insect guy also there. Turned out to be the Sphexian. And this is one that just looks like, oh, it's like black armor and then like white parts, and otherwise it's just the like block commander or whatever. But when you zoom in, you can see some really cool details. Look at those wings.
Yeah, they're really cool. I'll be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, thought the same thing. I'm like, it's just white and black. I'm like, is this a Legion builder? Like, but yeah, then you see how detailed the paint is on the head and mandibles.
The mandibles make me want like some lobster or something. They almost look like food. And even the black part of the armor, like at different points you can see there's some detail paint work in there. Like I think and Trevor might be able to speak to this, but I think the black of this part and then the black of the texture, I think they're like different blacks. And then you can see in different places some like silver accents, almost like some weathered metal kind of look to some spots. But this is pretty sweet. I'm excited. I love the Sphexians. And this is a new head. This one here is a new head. And the story has this tale of the miners. So this guy he's the miner. And it has them like singing a song with their clicks and stuff. And so somebody, I forget who it was, mentioned like, oh, maybe this is the singing head, which I love. But it's a very cool sculpt.
Yeah, that's pretty cool there.
It's gnarly. Got the new attachment to this weapon. So there was like a jackhammer one, there was a gun tip, and now there's like a drill tip on it. And then so there you can see the two heads. Side by
Yeah, they're
side.
really intricate. It's a lot of parts just in that head on the left. Yeah.
Yeah. Tastes like lobster. That's right. I was convinced that it would be a Buzz Off tribute this time because those wings, absolutely. Like,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
at
could
least
be.
the wings.
That's
you
got
know?
to be
Yeah.
coming down the line. Yeah.
You have to think, yeah.
And I think if they did it, they could use the Vorthog torso that sort of has stripes
The
across the
horizontal
chest.
stripes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it is actually a pretty uniform black. Okay. It's Trevor's awesome lighting. Yeah. Where's the butter? I'm not even really a big lobster fan. I like lobster rolls, but like I'm not a huge fan of like digging into a lobster. It's just like kind of a lot of work.
Yeah.
All
If
right.
someone makes it for you, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
and
I mean,
better.
I will and I'll enjoy it, but the work reward isn't like the greatest, and they're kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, next up we've got the next tribute figure, Whiplash tribute, which is named Scourge,
So perfect.
using the what the heck is his name? Arachagor, using the Arachagor figure here. And this is
That's
awesome.
another one that looks like it was designed to be Whiplash. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just it just looks like a more detailed, advanced, maybe a little bit sci-fied out version of what they did in, previously.
Yeah. And this is of course this is the ogre scale. So this is the big 9-inch figure.
Mm.
And it's got the tail. Really cool stuff right here.
Yeah.
And again, this is, pretty much all repaint and reuse and stuff, but brilliant reuse. It does have the other head. So this is the head from the Cosmic figure.
Kragnar.
Yeah, Kragnar, yep. So this version, this is kind of a Kragnar look right there. And it's funny because I forget. Oh, it's up here. Hold on. He's a duoderm, and Kragnar is a what's 4? Tetraderm, I think.
Oh, huh.
So there's, they're like related. They're
Two
like a related.
skin?
Again, let's.
Is that what that means? Foreskin.
Foreskin. I'm always
You're
gonna
not
think
right.
of Kragnar as foreskin now. Tetraderm.
And why not?
This guy is like, they could have, I mean, essentially he's just straight up could be a Legion's figure too. I mean,
Yep.
maybe his chest piece
Yeah.
looks slightly advanced,
Tech,
but
yeah.
otherwise, like, he doesn't even come with like a gun. So
Yeah.
it's a
And that's the thing. I
spear
can't wait to
thing.
swap his parts with like some of the much more Legion-y looking, like some of the ogre
Yeah.
armor parts too. And it's,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
I
sick.
like the ogre scale figures a lot, but there's a lot of like they're mostly the same,
Yeah.
as far as like the shins and the forearm bracers and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's about to change because we're getting
Yeah,
dragon guy, we're getting armored guy next year.
yeah, that'll be cool.
Oh,
This
there's
side,
another one
man.
they could do with that mold. They could do a Drago Man. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was a Masters character. It's actually the one that the Four Horsemen designed they did this special little 6-figure collection where they had new figures that were designed by different writers and artists, and they designed a character specifically for the Classics line and a recolor into some reds and purples there, and that would be perfect.
I'd say of all the photos, this one for some reason for me, it just really captures all the details, and this
Yeah, his teeth.
like
Mhm.
yeah, just everything about this
Yeah,
shot.
even the surface of his tongue, that's ridiculous.
So good. Yep. Okay, so there's that one. And then 2, 3, 4, Oh, I'm missing the gray. I'm missing. Hold on. I gotta go back here. Go back to Cosmic Waves released Outpost. This guy. All right, so we did Kalian, we did Operative, we did Sphexian, Scourge, and Tusk. Okay, yep. So the last one, and my favorite of the wave right here is. Oh wait, I gotta his name again. Altar Solovius. And this is one reason why I really want to. I don't know if I'm gonna have time, but I really want to do my usual breakdown video like separately. It's because that's a great way for me to learn these names. But yeah, so there we go.
Yeah,
This is a new head sculpt.
Oh, it is. I didn't even realize that.
Yep, it's a little bit different. It's a very, it's the same race obviously, but there's a little more squinted eye thing going on, a little bit of a different expression.
Yeah.
I think you could potentially use it as a, alternate expression for the same character if you just repainted it, but I mean, the cloth goods on this are crazy. He's got the new forearms. The other one didn't have Iasopedian or whatever. He had armored forearms, so these are new forearms. But
yeah, it's cool to basically get a. I'm assuming I don't actually. I guess I can't say, but
he's got armored legs too, like the lower legs.
So I mean, it's still pretty much an alien body.
Yeah. Somewhere it showed the legs, maybe in the glam shot, maybe not. Yeah, you can see the.
Oh, I see.
There. I lost my little clicky thing. Oh, okay. All right, let me go back to the top. Yeah, so it's got three pieces, like three cloth good pieces. You have the blue, like all the way underneath, and then you have this sort of orange piece. It's very monk-like. In his story, he is very monk-like. They're like this. They have they're almost like Jedi, honestly, to me. Like they have like mind powers and stuff. Cool little story about his staff too. It's made from this like nearly impervious type of wood. Yeah, the cloth goods, I agree, is like that's the reason I'm buying extras of this guy. But yeah, let's flip through these. So cool what they did with that head sculpt, with that paintwork. And
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like war paint. I'm assuming. Actually, I don't know if that's supposed to be his head or he's doing war paint of some kind or something.
Yeah.
So, sure. Bill, do you know, or do we know, are these capes wired, or are they just hanging perfectly? I mean, do we know?
They're usually wired.
Okay.
I know like the underskirt piece of Father Christmas was not wired.
Okay.
I don't know if it's confirmed like this. So this blue piece here might not be wired.
Yeah.
Trevor can tell us. I'm assuming maybe this piece is wired, like right this red, the orangey piece, and I would assume the cape is also wired, but maybe this underskirt is not.
Okay.
Trevor,
I was curious because I don't not had anything from this. So, but yeah, that's really the cloth goods are really, really, really beautiful.
They've been such a game changer for the line. Like getting the Alithia wave in hand, and now the All Stars have a lot of cloth goods too. There's so many good just cloth pieces with the wires.
Alec McLaughlin makes a good point. One of the things that makes this so striking is it looks like different fabrics, or at least different textures on the different pieces. That really, man, that's going above and beyond. Like the character looks okay to me, but I just can't get past how good the cloth goods look. That's crazy.
The hooded piece is a gauzier looking one, and then you have almost a more canvasy, not canvasy, maybe I guess the word is kind of canvasy kind of looking one with the orange, and then a softer looking one with the
the light blue looks almost like silk or something.
Yeah. Where's Trevor?
Yeah, there he is.
Trevor,
soft goods or not?
Are they all wired, or are any of those pieces not wired on this guy? Potato sack. There you go. Potato sack.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot rougher. It's a much rougher texture.
Nice call. And yeah, I think think that's it for these. Okay, Jeremy. Stephanie says that the soft goods are all wired.
Okay.
According to Jeremy. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that covers everything. Here's a good look at that hood. Yeah, all wired. There we go. There's our confirmation.
It's really hard
Nice.
to make hoods look right. I mean, that's one of the toughest things to do is to get a hood to lay correctly, even if it is wired, and that looks so good.
Yeah. And it's a testament to C. Jessam and his designs.
Mhm.
And like the factory being able to reproduce all those designs, like they've been coming out so good. Dubon's cape, like that, I don't have them nearby. Actually, I don't have them nearby, but like that cape is incredible. And I love all the new skirts that are all wired and stuff. The new
Yeah, they're all
goblin,
nice.
like, yeah, it's so cool. And it just adds to the pop and swap fun. Like those are now parts that you can like mix and match and stuff too.
Yeah, and it's great. Really, prices haven't gone up, too much, considering like there's an awful lot more work going into the soft goods than like early mythic waves.
Yeah, let's talk about the prices too. So you've got 4 standard figures. Like the fact that Altar is $37 with all of that is crazy to me. Like, and this is a figure where like there's only one other that has these parts, so it's not like there's a bunch of money being saved on like this being
Meanwhile, Hasbro wants $20 for a 3.75. This is why it's getting harder and harder to swallow that.
Yeah. So Altar, Kalian, Operative, and the Pilot. Those 4 are $37 standard figures. The Sphexian Mineworker is a deluxe $48 figure. And that, that's also a 6-inch. It's just got a lot of crazy stuff on it. In fact, the Mineworker and Operative and the Tusk Pilot all are on the same base torso, essentially, with different parts added on. And then Scourge, the Ogre scale figure, is someone help me out. I think it's 65, I want to say.
That's what they usually are.
I think it's 65, yeah. So that'll be for, the pre-order, which will start on the 31st. That'll run about a month. I added them up. It comes to like 261, I think was the number.
Yeah.
So you could maybe expect the all-in to be 250, I think. Maybe about 250 for an all-in on this one. And then afterwards, you're looking at, so once it goes up for retail, which will be right after the pre-order ends, the direct pre-order ends, the retail pre-orders will open up. Altar will be 50, Kalian will be 50, Operative will be 50. The Mineworker will be, I think, 60, like $59.99. And then I think Scourge is 75 or 80.
Yeah, I was just looking. Kragnar is an $80 figure. I don't know if that
okay.
makes a difference because he's got the extra arms, but
it'll probably be close, 75 or 80, I'm sure. Yeah, 261. So either 250 or 225. 225 if really generous. Yeah, I mean, sometimes they make it one figure. So if it was minus 37, it would be, or 37, it would be coming in pretty close to that 225. Yeah. Cool. Any other so ending the we gotta do the giveaway. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let me pull this down.
I
almost ended the show without doing our giveaway. We got 119 people waiting for me to give this damn figure away. Holy cow! I'm sorry. All right, hold on a second.
You think they just like
almost got away with
it? Hey, shout out again to the Geek Out Show. Everybody go subscribe to the Geek Out Show. They're awesome.
Cool.
All right. So here we go. So I got to set one thing up. If you guys have any other other minor news you wanted to mention, other things to bring up, feel free.
Yeah, we talked a little. The Mafex is putting out a Bo-Katan.
I was just going to scale
figure,
that.
Which
that looks really good.
Looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I know that the Black Series one is also pretty good, but if you just want that little bit of extra and quality, I'm sure it'll be as good as all the other ones that Mafex does. It's been a little while since I've gotten. I'm trying to think of what the last one I've gotten that was maybe the
I
comics.
just had the Beskar Mando drop in my pile of loot, and I think the last thing I got was the Nightfall Azrael Batman. Oh, speaking of Batman, that's one thing that I got. Okay, this is not premium, but it's 1/12. McFarlane's Christian Bale, Dark Knight Rises, or Dark Knight Batman dropped. I got that. I'm telling you, McFarlane right now, I think, is the king of dollar for value. I mean, he's still charging $20, $25 for these awesome figures. To me, they're every bit as good as either Legends or DC Universe, or they are DC Universe. They're every bit as good as Legends. Maybe not quite on the level of Classified, but again, a great figure. So yeah, if you were thinking about that one, haven't gotten it, go get it. It's good.
I've been meaning to get a couple like his bigger figures like that. I don't think it doesn't really matter as much 6-7 inch like the like Man Bat or something like that. To go with
that Bane is still one of the centerpieces of my collection. That thing is so freaking awesome. And now that they've announced Nightfall Batman, they're going to look awesome next to each other. I'm really excited about those.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I gotta interrupt the chat for a second. The hashtag is not Geek Out Show, but I love that everybody's sharing the giveaway hashtag is not Geek Out Show, but I hope everybody enjoys sharing that out and spreading the word. They should have a lot more like subscribers. They're great. And I was gonna mention, I did order the Batmobile from Big Bad Toy Store. It was like $70. Speaking of like crazy good prices,
I think I got it at Target. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Todd put up a little video showing that if you buy the Keaton Batman, it fits. It's designed to fit that.
Like that's gonna kind of hinge on whether or not the Mezco Batman
same
is good. But at this point, I think even though we were charged for the Mezco Batman and it's supposedly now shipping, like I kind of think we're going to get the McFarlane Batmobile in hand before. I'm not even joking. Like I think I'm going to I feel like that Batmobile is going to ship like next week. And then, 2 weeks later, the whole purpose of me getting that thing is going to ship, which is the Mezco.
Well, it's like that meme I sent you guys last week. McFarlane, announces something. Hey, here's such and such. It'll be in your hands in 2 weeks. And Hasbro announces something. It's like, best I can do is, February next year.
Yeah.
And the Blue Bond and looks like blue. Nope, that's not it either.
Blue.
He's blue. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Here's the banner. So, just a heads up, I do have official rules in the chat. And because I've been required by YouTube to use official rules, I can't do international. Hopefully if you have a friend that you could like forward it to or whatever, or we can work something out. But just based on like, if I have to like establish rules, I can't, there's like international sweepstakes things that get in the way. Like, I don't even want to like try to figure out. So, but there's rules down there. Generally, it's the things I say every week. There's one entry per person, no matter how many times you put in Ranger, which is going to be the banner. No matter how many times you put in #Ranger, you get one entry. If you put it in one time, you get the same number of entries as you do if you put it in 50 times. So just put it in once. And just make sure you contact me at podcast@dorklair.com, or you can also contact me at, DMing me on social media, whether it's, don't do Twitter, because I never have alerts on and I never see my Twitter stuff, but Facebook or Instagram. So let's let these come in and think if there's any other news. Let's check the chat for other news too.
Did you guys last week talk about the Mafex Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller Batman with the horse?
I don't know. We didn't. I totally forgot about that.
So
I don't even remember if I ordered that.
It's the one version of Batman that we haven't gotten yet. It's not actually the one that rides the horse in the comic book, but it's one of the other variations on the costume that we haven't gotten yet. So I don't think it's gone up for pre-order yet, but they did announce it.
It's on Hobby Link Japan.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. I
Yep.
wasn't aware. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a static horse, but I mean, it's still a big ass accessory.
It is. It is. And, I got that Build-A-Horse from the McFarlane wave. And, for a Build-A-Figure that's probably, worth $30 or $40, it's pretty decent. But obviously the one that'll come with that Mafex piece is going to be far more dramatic.
Yeah.
Yep.
It comes with a swap out battle damaged abdomen is bleeding.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah. So it's the Batman from when he fights the Joker at the carnival.
Yeah.
So he'll have the cut in his stomach from the bleeding, and I think you have to interchange the unmasked head from one of those because I don't think it comes with an unmasked head, but two of the other ones did. I can't keep it all straight.
Yeah, they've given you like everything depending on which.
Yeah,
if you got everything, you got everything. But it is funny. It's funny. Like I don't even remember like how many. It's like he was changing his costume back then. Like now I'm gonna have the oval symbol right now as opposed to the big bar thing.
Well, the reason that we have so many costumes is because at the time in '86 that oval was Batman's thing. But Frank Miller didn't want to use it, but he was obligated to use it, part of it, and so that's why that part of the story he had that suit destroyed, so he could go with just the plain black bat symbol. Yeah, so there's actual reason why we have all those variations on a theme.
Nice. Cool.
I gotta say, still, those Batman figures, the Superman 2, I don't have all of them, but those Dark Knight Returns figures they're kind of mind blowing. They're
They're
good.
incredible. Yeah, they really are.
Yeah.
I mean,
go
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just say first things you're like, I've been waiting 30-ish years, nearly 40 years for, and it's like, no, these things are fucking awesome. Like too, like they're not just like, here's just something. It's like these are great.
Yeah, and and it's funny how you can. All these lines have their own strengths. Like you look at the figure arts and the different Batmans, whether it's the Robert Pattinson Batman, which has its own strengths, or the Christian Bales or the Michael Keatons. They all have their own little things. But then you look at the other brands and you look at what a bang up job Mafex has done with everything comic book related, whether it's Hush, whether it's Dark Knight Returns, that Nightfall Batman. Like they're just. I mean, it's just good thing after good thing after good thing. If I was getting into it now, as opposed to several years ago, I don't even know if I would collect figure arts. I think I collect figure arts because I have been. I think I would, it would be hard not to hitch my wagon to Mafex. I really feel like all around right now, that's probably the better line.
Outside of Star Wars figure arts, which even now I'm not like, I lately I've been like pre-ordering them and I'm like, I'm just going to sell it when I get it. I haven't been like, in on figure arts it's been like a while. Like it's totally gone to Mafex, which is funny when
a good job.
Still
doing a good job. There's just not as much stuff. As much as I disliked some of those Phase 4 movies, the Phase 4 figures were really nice, and I waited until they went on sale and got them for half price. So win.
The infrequency can kind of kill the hype for me with stuff like that. It's one thing for a company to put out like one wave a year or something like in a line, right? Like I think of like the Super 7 Conan stuff, right?
Sure.
Like or any sort of like Super 7, obviously like their Ultimates, they're releasing tons and tons, but like maybe one brand, if it's not Turtles or Silver or Thundercats, like most of them, it's like one wave per year. But like, it's not even a wave per year with figure arts anymore. It's like a figure a year.
I think the Mandalorian we've gotten a lot of cool stuff from, but it's really trickled off. We got Luke, and then like 6 or 8 months later, we got the Boba Fett on his throne, and that's
there's no real rhyme or reason. And it's hard to figure out who's making what or why they're making these decisions they do when they. Yeah. It's like we're just coming out one figure for this entire season of the show.
Is that how they just keep the license just for the sake?
That
might be it.
But then you look at like some of their Marvel stuff. We're getting all 3 Spider-Mans from No Way Home.
That's
You
true.
know, so there really seems to be no rhyme or reason.
I just want to mention Kevin Dufresne, another one, man. This is what, your third super chat today, dude. Thank you so much for next episode's giveaway. Yeah, yep. I got a couple of these all stars, so it'll probably be next week. I'm not promising anything yet, 'cause you never know. I might come up with like a new kit bash and have to like crack it open, but I do have at least one or two extras of the Xylernian. And
Ooh.
right now I think this looks awesome. This is the Balam head on the Xylernian.
That's
cool.
cool.
Really cool. But
Man, we're
most
getting
likely.
loaded tonight. Boy called
Whoa!
Malice.
Boy Called Malice.
Wow, nice.
Awesome episode, gents. Love it that Larry started the show with some spice combined with Bill's meaty Ilgar kit bash and Chris's foreskin baptism of Scourge. You're a wordsmith there.
I was going to say,
Malice.
we need to get him to write copy for us. I like that.
Yeah, my evening is complete. LOL. Cheers. That is awesome. I mean, $10 and some awesome literature. We got another one over here, Mike Massey. Let's see. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the great getaway from work diversion, appointment viewing. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah, thanks.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, you guys have been running with it lately.
Yeah, seriously. And by the way, geez, what was it? A month? Yeah, it was like a month and 2 days ago. It was like that Tuesday episode where we had Chris from Biblical on. And when I did my all-in, my biblical all-in was $950. I added an extra 100 because when we started that episode, I'd promised that we would do all the super chats went to that. So we had $100 towards Chris's Kickstarter as well because of the super chats.
That's right,
Awesome.
Yep. Okay, so I was going to put this up, 75. That means there's 50 people who have not entered this giveaway.
It's still much better than typical. More than 50% is usually nice.
So this is for Dubon. And we're going to spin the wheel at 9:44. So one more minute, and then we'll give it a spin.
Come on, there's 50 people. Are you all bots? Enter in our contest.
And again, the rules are down in the description of the episode. I've been I wanted to make sure I have rules now because it's kind of a YouTube rule that you have to have giveaway rules. So the rules are in the description. Braku Prime, JG, Hedgehog, Rick Jones, Cloud Foxwell, Steve Williams, Timothy Fung, Rick Jones, Steve Wegling, just giving shout outs, Francis Mendez, Johnny Number Cinco, love that name, Ravit, what's up, Ravit? The Figure Collective Discord group. Oh, okay, this name, Ikne Bob.
Braku Prime with the
Braku.
cat.
Braku's always there for the super chats. What's up, Braku? Thank you.
Braku.
Keep it rolling. Great shows, fellas. Thank you. All right, it is 9:44. 81. Nice.
Wow.
In 3, 2, 1. Spin. Good luck, everybody, with the Dubon giveaway. Ranger. Here we go. Art G. Yo,
All
Art
right.
G. Congratulations, man.
Congrats.
Just shoot me a message. You can DM me or you can send it to podcast@dorklair.com and I will get that out to you probably tomorrow or Saturday morning. I'll get that in the mail. So congrats again, Art G. It's awesome. And that'll do it. Nice tight one. Pretty much an hour.
Yeah.
Hour 15.
Yeah, right at it. Pretty good.
Good show.
So thanks again, everybody for supporting the DorkLair, coming in here. And, it's not just the super chats, just being here, commenting, throwing a comment. Like another helpful thing is like just throwing a comment in the main video besides like the live chat, but like the comments in the main video help, liking the video, because I do keep these up, like I do keep these going. So, so yeah, so that can help as well. And huge thank you to everybody. And just one more quick look. Everybody's giving congrats to Archie.
Yep.
Last thoughts, Chris?
Not much. Just thanks, guys, for joining us.
Larry?
I got nothing. Liberate the squeaky chairs. I don't know, man. I'm tired. It's been a long week.
Oil the chairs.
Looking for oil the chairs.
Hashtag. All right, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a
And
good
until
night,
next
guys.
time, may the force be with you.